Hey, welcome to Maria and Joe Live TV, and I'm back. I think this is my day. I've been having so much exposure on the air today.
That's that's so much you, Maria. You're everywhere. Sometimes I don't know where you are.
Do you look for me or something?
Do I look funny? I look a little bit more muscular. I mean, as muscular as I always do.
You do? Oh, okay. Anyways, guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for tuning in on our show today. This is Maria and Joe Live TV, and I am so happy to have Maria and Joe Live TV back on the air because it's been a while since we are doing this. Normally, it takes us 6 months before we start a brand new episode, and this time it's just so amazing.
It is so amazing. I'm glad you brought that up. Due to the new technology, and this isn't new, but now we're forced to use it more often than not because people cannot come into the studio like they did before. So we're using this format more and more. We're getting better at it, and now we can reach more people around the world. So it's a win-win for all of us.
Yes, I know, right? Yeah, and for those people who just joined in, I won't be able to see all of you guys. But if you wanna say anything, anything that you can chime in, you have a questions, you have inspirational or words of wisdom that you wanna share on the show, you are free to do so. We will be reading all those messages that you can say that you want us to deliver it to our viewers.
That's right. Just let us know. And we're going to have a pretty exciting episode today. And this is a good point, especially as many of us are getting anxious, anxiety, because we're not going out as often as ever before. But when we go back out into the world, how are we going to deal with people's, what's the word we're looking for, Maria?
People like-minded like us.
Those different personalities like Maria. Absolutely.
Yes, different personality. How do you guys deal with different personality? Technically, there is no such things as we have all the same idea and the same, that we don't clash. So a lot of times, especially for those people who have different opinions and idea and outlook in life, those are the people that you clash with. And how do we deal with those difficult personality? We call it difficult, but honestly, you are the difficult one. I am myself. It's hard to understand my personality because I am too up there.
That's true. A lot of people put personality types into four different areas. Analyst, the analytical ones, the architect, magician, commander, the debater, like a lot of us political people out there. And then there's the diplomat, the advocate, the mediator, campaigner, protagonist, and then sentinels.
That's
So,
more than four. That's more than four, Joe.
what?
You said there's are four different personality out there, and you named more than
I've only
four.
gone through two so far. I've only gone through two. I've only gone through two, but there's four types in the four different areas, and we're all different personality types throughout the day, depending on the situation.
Yep,
And
that's
that's
true.
probably something we're going to talk on. But you and I are adventurers, entrepreneurs, as well as entertainers. That's what we portray on the outside. But we have our own things we have to deal with on a different basis. Sometimes we have to adjust. I would say.
Exactly. Like what you were mentioning, there are different types. The one that Joe just mentioned actually belongs to 2 to 3. There in one personality type, there are different categories that people actually have those. So, yeah, I belong to, I believe, 2 or 3 groups of personality. So probably on all four because I see myself on other categories. There you go.
Categories, categories.
Categories, yes. So, anyways, yeah. So, what is your personality, people? How do you deal with difficult personalities? Sometimes we think it's difficult, but ourselves is the difficult one, honestly. But especially here in social media shows, I deal with all personality types, and how I treat everybody is based on their personality types. There are like the person who love to debate, right? There is a person who love to debate and doesn't agree in everything that you say. How do you deal with them? So you change your way of dealing with them. You might want to be kind of like stepping back, or do you want to be pushing hard? There are people who actually just follower, which is you can push to reach their own potential. There is also what else, Joe? Help me out in here.
Well, we have a lot of people who just are defenders. They don't, regardless if they're right or wrong, they're going to constantly debate in a way where they're going to fight you to get their point across. And regardless of right or wrong, they made a decision. They're just going to go with it, and that's the way life is. It's kind of like my way or the highway. And how do we deal with people that think my way is the highway and there are no other options? How do you deal with that, Maria?
Well, it's kind of hard. There are people who are like that, like me. It's me. It's my idea or the highway.
Yep.
Yeah. And I totally, I'm not denying that because I am that kind. I want our, especially our production. Well, I literally can step down on certain situation, but when it's you see, when you
our show programmings, which demonstrate inspirations to any viewers around the globe,
with over 500,000 reached to over 54 countries.
Our programming are very relatively entertaining and empowering. And now here is the Let's Talk World. Let's Talk World, hosted by young, witty, and fearless leader of social media shows, Maria Pureza. This programming is all about featuring individuals in their field of interest. We showcase everyone's passion.
You can be empowered with Maria and Joe Live TV, a show that will inspires you. Maria and Joe will share real-time stories and deliberate cynical perspective in a positive culture. Join and watch us on socialmediashows.com.
In the Office is a show about words of wisdom that relates to everyday circumstances in life. Watch life coach Joseph Skoda every Wednesday 11 a.m. on Social Media Shows.
Fab Life is about the fashion, celebrities, movies, social events, arts and culture and so much more. Hosted by JC Crisologo every Monday 7 p.m. on socialmediashows.com.
Shut up and sit down.
Jeezy and Frenemies. Jeezy and His Frenemies is an impromptu comedy skit with a hilarious story of a billionaire designer with other billionaire friends. Socialmediashows.com with evolving characters and actors.
Honey Bees, Women Empowerment Talk Show, hosted by powerful women. As women in our society, we have a voice. Let's talk anything that involves women. Watch us live every Tuesday 5 p.m. PST on socialmediashows.com, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, and Facebook.
Vegas Live, with Minon Devere de Rosa, an award-winning talk show host based in the center of Las Vegas. Every Wednesday 1 p.m. on Social Media Shows.
Featuring artists in and outside Las Vegas area.
Hey, welcome back to Maria and Joe Live TV, and we apologize about the delay. There are some technical issue. I don't know if Facebook is stopping us again since they put me in jail for straight. Well, it's not the whole week, but they like 3 days and then 1 day. It's really amazing, Facebook. Don't worry, honey. Don't worry. We're getting this corrected pretty soon.
How come you always get the Facebook show, Maria?
It's because I do all the work. I'm only the person who's sharing all our shows. We have like 11 shows every week. Can you imagine?
You got the beautiful flowers in front of you.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if everybody do their own job sharing their shows? That way, I don't do the sharing much, and I don't go on jail all the time. Can you imagine?
I don't think that would work.
Anyways, thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see you all because I am using all the electronic devices in front of me, so I won't be able to see you guys comment and post. I hope Joe can see it. So if you guys have anything, any comment, any questions, and any inspirational or words of wisdom that you want to share, Joe would be able to see it. Yay! At least Joe is going to work. Yay!
I worked the other day.
Anyway, anyways, we were talking about different personalities earlier, and so we were saying something about a person who actually what is that, the difficult personality, Joe? You were saying about you need to make a decision, and sometimes making a decision is something you don't allow anybody to, how would I say this? Help me out. But if you kind of like, you're trying to, especially when you're a leader, when you're a boss and a leader, you're trying to accommodate your employee or other people people, and then at the same time you have that decision making to do to make something work. Is it you're gonna be thinking like, or you're gonna be assessing the situation and say, is this really a good thing? Like for example, let's say you have an employee that has a really bad personality. He doesn't come to work. He doesn't want to do the job. He just keep on telling you, no, 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 that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Now, would you let? But then at the same time, this employee is smart because I think he has another idea. So would you literally uh, fire this person, or maybe pick on his brain so that you can have a better decisioning? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, last night I watched this TV show, and it's called Blackish. And it's a funny show. And anyways, there was the host of the star of the show was at work with his buddy, and they brought a new boss coming in, and the guy's buddy looked lazy. He was goofing off at work, falling asleep, sneaking food around, kind of making gestures, calling everyone names, going down the hallway. And the new boss told the star of the show, hey, you need to fire him. He's like, I don't want to fire him. He's a friend of mine. Just give me a couple days to get him back on board. And she's like, well, you got 2 days to fire him, or I'm going to fire both of you. So he had to think about it, and he kept looking at his friend, and his friend was lazy at work. He was making fun of people. He was goofing off a lot, coming in late, leaving early, and all those things. But it was later on when he started looking at his file, his records. This guy right here had the highest sales account, had the most consistent customers over many years, and consistently making the company money. He just had a different way about doing things. He would do work sometimes after work. 1, 2 in the morning, he'd be calling people up from his own home. But that's the way he worked. But on the surface, if you just looked at him for the first time, you would think he was lazy, he was a bum, he didn't care about his job. And we have people like that. So, like you were talking about, we have to decide, are we going to get rid of them right away? Or are we going to try and, I don't know, mediate or advocate for them and try to come up with a happy medium where everyone can understand each other's communication styles, leadership styles?
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Joe. It is sometimes we look on liability, asset versus liability. You sometimes when it's really really hard to become a boss because even though the liability and the asset are equal, um, it is still hard to let go somebody that actually producing so much for the company, because if you go on the other side where he is a liability, he doesn't get along with anybody because of his personality. At the same time, he is producing so much money for the company. So which one is more important? I believe that that is a very very point to consider of firing somebody or cutting a person in your life. The productiveness, is that enough to fire him or keeping him, or his personality is it's an obstacle, it's an hindrance for a production. So you guys, it's really really hard. You need to actually make, I keep on saying there's no such thing as wrong or right decision in this case, because you might because think about it, you might, lazy, not good personality, and you might fire him, and then you're putting the production in jeopardy, right? So yeah, so keeping him or keeping him, and production is up, but then because of his or her bad personality might affect your other employees. So now I believe that we as leaders and bosses, as a boss and a leader, you have to look on what the priority. What's your priority? Do you go on the production or do you go on the personality? So you have to look on and balance everything. In this kind of situation, let me tell you what's my opinion about it. My opinion about, I think it's better to let him or her go, because I think that that production, I will find somebody else to kind of put our production higher once he's gone, because it's probably will affect will not affect my other employees.
What about Maria? I hate to interrupt you. What about in sports?
In
Like
sports,
one of our styles could be commander, the leader, and usually the quarterback's the commander of a football team, and usually the star player of a basketball team. And sometimes they make all the rules and laws. And football and basketball is two different games, but sometimes you get one person, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, taking all the shots, and doesn't want to share because, well, their egos get big because they make most of the shot. And more importantly than that, they think they're so important, the other players don't matter. They're always winning the games because of that one person. How do you deal with that? Or you just let them do their thing until they retire?
well, it depends. If the personality, you see, if the personality of the leader or the quarterback or whatever you call it, the leader of a team, captain, if the personality that all the team actually listen to him or look up to him, I believe, and he brings in the production, he's the one who is making all the points, he is the big star and really do the job, I think I'm keeping him. Does that answer your question?
Well, I understand you want to keep them, but that does bring down morale on a team, especially basketball or even soccer. Well, give me the ball, and they're doing everything and rarely pass. They want to get credit for everything, even though the teams are winning and they feel good. But it kind of breaks down morale because, like, what about me? I could have made that shot. Or give me a chance. Let me get off the bench. Let me try something new. And when we get someone with a big ego, someone and quite frankly, we build that ego up and tell people how great they are, then they think they're invincible. But other teammates will kind of snub their nose at you because they don't want anything to do with you because you're too egotistic and you're hard to get along with.
Well, if it's hard to get along with, yes, then that's another story. We need to let that go because we want the potential of the other players to actually shine. So I believe that it also, Joe, don't forget that it also come with communication. It also come with communication in a team. It I they always said that individuality wins a game, team effort wins championship. So if there's only one that's only wanted to do the game, I don't believe that they will be able to get to to the main goal, which is becoming champion. So I don't think, yeah. And also, like what I mentioned, I think it comes with communication. That's why we have team meetings. That's why we do meetings. I am a big fan of meetings because meetings brings in everybody's energy and everybody's physical feature, and they, when you see them, you know how they act, you know how they look like when you say something, rather than over the phone. When I told you what to do, I don't really know, although I can read your voice a little bit, but I can read your expression, facial expression, way better when you are in front of me. So I believe, Joe, is it's all comes with communication in a meeting.
Well, that is true. But if you're paying someone millions of dollars, you're not going to put them in the back, even if other players are complaining because you're paying so much money to perform. Well, there's kind of a gray area. You pay the star all this money, even if they can no longer perform to that level, but you have to pay them anyways. And it builds a resentment among other players sometimes.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see that happen a lot. It's not only on sports, but it's also on corporate levels. We tend to, even we. It's actually a human thing where we tend to favor people that kiss our ass. So I see that happen. So, and is it wrong? Is it bad? Is it the right thing to do? It doesn't matter. It depends on the situation. And I seen it happen. It's the politics on every single level of life, work, home, sports, everything. Actually, it becomes a big role in our lives.
That's true. We have to learn how to adapt to the different situations and people out there. And every one of us has something in the background that we don't know about, some different challenges. So someone can be happy all the time and one day just be mean, aggressive, standoffish. It just depends on what's going on that particular day. And we need to learn how to communicate and let people know what's going on with us. And even let them know just need a little free. I'll talk to you when I'm ready. So those are all good points. We're not talk the situation out.
Yep. I'm so happy that you bring that up, Joe, because I'm a big believer that when you enter certain places like work or join a sports or join a team, I believe that whatever is the differences or whatever is your problem with such people on your team or like your workplace is, you need to set that aside, put it back, leave it by the door. Don't bring it in, so that you become productive and the team become productive. I am a big believer in that. However, sometimes one person can be perceived differently. You know what I mean? It's sometimes we think that certain person are negative, or they are too stiff kind of thing. For instance, me, when I go to work every single day, I make sure that everything is done the right way according to the rules of the company. I'm gonna make sure that no, that everything is, I am kind of like an organized person. I organize when I go to work. There's steps, bam bam bam, you go with the steps, opening, and then do such paperwork and everything. You have to have those in order. And then there are some other people who are very very organized. They come to work and just throw everything away that you just prepare day, right? And then when you yeah, and then when you talk to them, who is the bad person? The person who are very organized. Yeah, she did this.
That's
and
not me.
and it's really crazy, but you know what, I totally understand. This is me understanding different personality level, and I am the kind of person who I probably so mad inside myself. I'm like, inside me, I'm like ready to freaking strangle and choke you, in but you don't see that in my face. I'll be still smiling, and I'm like, and then when I'm over it, I'm just gonna tell you that don't ever talk to me anymore. Just, yeah,
That's
just.
true. When Maria stops smiling, everybody look out.
So those kind of personalities. It's so amazing to kind of like be able to read and modify your reaction to different personality level.
Sure.
Yeah, because I was just talking about this with JC last night, Joe. There will be a lot of people out there that will try to make you mad, upset you, offend you, There's a lot of people that is just their personality, that's trying to pull you down. Now,
Yep.
now, who have control of that situation? It's only ourselves,
Yep.
because it depends how we react on those kind of situation. Like, I'll give you an example. I just had I hope you're not watching, but if you're watching, I'm still gonna say it. There is a person that has messaged me the other day and telling me that I am really really bad, and telling me that I didn't even really I didn't even really what do you call that? I didn't show up, or let me say it directly. Didn't I didn't contribute to the conversation of the topic. That's what she said. I never said anything, and I'm like, well, so and then she said kind of like bad language. She started calling me names and everything,
Mm,
and then guess what I did? I responded with a thumbs up.
thumbs up. You can do that.
So
Like that.
I responded with a thumbs up. Well, where I'm going to this story is, listen, people. You know, I believe that once you actually entertain that negative towards you, you are giving them a key to change totally your mindset.
Yeah.
You're opening that door for them to actually get into your head. But if you don't give your key and you just close that door, do you think they can get in? That's why I said you are the control of what you take in to all this different personality.
That's true. You brought up a good point. You ever go to work and someone just wants to argue about everything? They want to, and mostly politics today, of course, or COVID-19, is it a hoax, is it real? There's a personality type, an analyst, and in some category, a debater. Just he's smart, curious, wants to attack you intellectually, and he don't even care if he's right or wrong. He just wants to challenge your beliefs, or she wants to challenge your beliefs, and they'll constantly, well, what do you think about the blue moon? Is it blue every 10,000 years for a reason, or it doesn't really matter the subject? But they just want to debate, and it's interesting, exciting, unless you point you out. But often it slows down progress at work. People kind of don't want to be around you because you just want to get in and out real quick. But the debaters, it gets us thinking on our feet, which is good. But they often would rather do that all day than actually do the job they're hired for. So a debater is someone like that, just looking for something to argue with each and every day. There's always something to argue about, but it causes dissent among everyone else, sometimes resentment.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a lot of people like that. They just want to argue. I love to argue too, but I
Yes, you
learn.
do.
You know what I've learned, Joe, is I've learned how to listen. So I love to argue. I love to be the devil's advocate. So being like that too is really really good in conversation, because let's say that in a conversation everybody agrees, right?
Right.
So why there is conversation if everybody agrees? I used to say this when I was on an executive of a company. I used to say this. I don't want anybody actually agreeing with what I said, because if I agree, if you are saying yes to everything I said, why do I hire you? Then I'll just do it myself.
There you go.
I wanna hire somebody who wanna disagree of what I did. That way we can have a very productive, you know, company. Because if we are all agreeing, yes, oh my God, that's good. I won't ever grow. My company will never ever grow if everything I do is good. Does that make sense?
Good job, Maria. I agree.
Thank you, Joe. Anyways, Joe. All right, Joe. Do you wanna say anything? Touch any subjects before we go? We're going on a break really quick, and then we're gonna just come into our conclusion and then say goodbye for the day.
Sure, we could do that. There's one thing Pete O'Brien brought up in the chat box a little bit earlier. He's a fellow Toastmaster as well as Air Force veteran, like I am. And he mentioned, even though the star of the team, sports for instance, and they maybe make it all the winning baskets, you pay them all the money, they become arrogant, so they have a big ego. And understand the owners of the team want to continuously make money and things like that. But when you have an arrogant, egotistic mind person in your organization, they're a reflection of the whole team. They're a reflection of your brand. They're a reflection of your name. So despite whether they're winning all the time or not, sometimes it looks bad on your organization. And we need to be careful with those kinds of things and who represents that.
That's a good point, Joe. Love it. Anyways, guys, viewers, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. We are talking about, we kind of discussing actually about a different personality and how we deal with it. I hope you guys can kind of learn or pick up some things we are discussing over here. And please don't go away. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
All right. See you soon.
We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. We present our show programmings, which demonstrate inspirations to any viewers around the globe,
with over 500,000 reached to over 54 countries.
Our programming are very relatively entertaining and empowering. And now here is the Let's Talk World. Let's Talk World, hosted by young, witty, and fearless leader of social media shows, Maria Pureza. This programming is all about featuring individuals in their field of interest. We showcase everyone's passion.
You can be empowered with Maria and Joe Live TV, a show that will inspires you. Maria and Joe will share real-time stories and deliberate cynical perspective in a positive culture. Join and watch us on socialmediashows.com.
In the Office is a show about words of wisdom that relates to everyday circumstances in life. Watch life coach Joseph Skoda every Wednesday 11 a.m. on social media shows.
Fab Life is about the fashion, celebrities, movies, social events, arts and culture and so much more. Hosted by JC Crisologo every Monday 7 p.m. on socialmediashows.com.
Shut up and sit down.
Jeezy and Frenemies. Jeezy and His Frenemies is an impromptu comedy skit with a hilarious story of a billionaire designer with other billionaire friends. Socialmediashows.com with evolving characters and actors.
Honey Bees, Women Empowerment Talk Show, hosted by powerful women. As women in our society, we have a voice. Let's talk anything that involves women. Watch us live every Tuesday 5 p.m. PST on socialmediashows.com, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, and Facebook.
Vegas Live, with Ninon de Rosa, an award-winning talk show host based in the center of Las Vegas.
Welcome back to Maria and Joe Live TV, and Joe is smaller.
Hey, I told you I would lose weight between these episodes.
That's very optimistic.
I know. You know, it's so important. During our break, a friend of mine, another Air Force veteran out of Las Vegas, actually mentioned about, let's just say, I don't like blatant favoritism, when you go overboard to show favoritism and everyone can see it. I mean, we all kind of have our favorite workers, friends, associates, whatever it is, but we don't need to make it known so wide. Like, oh my goodness, let me get that for you. Oh, are you hungry? Let me, you know, and that really looks bad for the rest of the team when you overdo it, teasing someone else. And sometimes it looks like a brown noser that works against you. So it's important that we're careful in our gestures, because here's the point I want to bring. Is regardless of if you have the commander attitude, the debater attitude, the I want to get along with everyone attitude, people are watching us. People are observing what we're not saying, but what we're doing. And too often than not, we say one thing and we'll do something else. But when we move our way up in the leadership, trust me, people are watching us. And like you said, Maria, we can listen a bit more to what people are trying to say to us. And that's a good point, because sometimes we'll do something different than what we say, and we don't even realize it. So make sure you surround yourself with people that will tell you the truth. And you mentioned that, Maria. You don't want everyone to agree with everything you say, because how are you going to grow? How are you going to learn? How are you going to be the best you that you can be? And those are important things I think we need to look at. People are watching us.
I love that. Yes, people, it's not only that watching us, but um, people are trying to find what's wrong with you. The people are trying to see, um, how can you say that? That's I don't want to
Your
be.
weakness.
Yeah, I don't want to be actually too negative, because there's a lot of people who want you to grow, but there are some people, but some people that want you grow are the people who totally disappear in the picture, while those people who want to put you down are the one who's showing up. So technically, both people or both type of personality is very relevant to your future, because those people who keep on watching you that doesn't want you grow will start saying things, and like what I keep on saying earlier, it is in your control how you deal with it. I love people
Yeah.
criticizing me, because you know what, that's my fuel, that's a fuel for me, it's a motivational thing for me. I love people telling me that you cannot do this, because that's the time they're like, oh really? That's the time I shine, that's the time I show up and say yes.
Sure.
I, because it's not because being very cocky, it's not that being that is, it's not me being cocky, but it is also for me like, oh, I thought I cannot do it too myself, and then look at that, without you telling me without you actually verbally tells me that, I wouldn't really know. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I was talking about
It's okay to be challenged and have to be responsible for what we're doing. But you're right. Let us know how we can be better.
yep,
We can be
yep. That,
better.
because that's that, like what I was saying earlier on my Let's Talk World is, honey, if you think that we're not doing right on our channel, social media shows, thank you so much for your feedback. But anyways, we want to focus on how we can improve, and no matter what you say, it will help us actually, but we don't actually dwell on those negativity that is being thrown at us, because we are too focused, and we are focused to meet our goal, which is to inspire and empower the whole world through our programs.
Very, very good points. We've been doing this show over 2 years already. It's been a long time. Really exciting. And
Yes.
we've had those challenges where people say you're doing this wrong, you're doing that, and we had to refocus so many times. And when you lose your focus, things kind of fall apart. So we took a break, reevaluated, brought new people on board, and we listen more. Are we still perfect? Like movies, we'll ever be perfect.
We are
But
gonna be always
listen
imperfect,
more.
and I
Yeah.
love and I love to be imperfect, Joe, because once we are perfect, that means we don't need to do anything anymore if we are perfect. So I wanna be imperfect. That way I can do so much more.
There you go. I'm showering even the same as before. I don't have to go out. I'm still showering 4 days a week. So I'm keeping up my standard.
Oh my God. Anyways, Joe. Any final thoughts before we go?
No, that's it. The point is, there's a lot of personality types out there. And sometimes we think we're one, but we're something else, and we need honest feedback from people. People we trust that can help us, guide us, mentor us. But at the end of the day, you and I have to make decisions. What we're going to do, how we're going to act. How do we want to come across or portray ourselves as being? Do we want to be so demanding and like dictators in our leadership style, or do we want to be a pushover in our leadership style? And maybe there's a time it's okay to do either one of them. But the bottom line is people are watching. So be sincere. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's probably my point today. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and everyone's watching you. Be careful.
Amazing, amazing. At the end of the day, Joe, is no matter what your personality level is, be who you are, and there's no reason for you to change in a bad way, but change into a good way.
That's right. People are looking. They can be positive. Everybody, it could be a positive day.
Yes, exactly. Anyways, Joe, I just before we leave, I just wanna actually shout out to our to my I partnered with this company doing a virtual competition. We call it Gifts of Talent. I just featured or launched that on my Let's Talk World earlier. We are now accepting entries for our Gifts of Talent virtual competition. This is to all people who have talents out there: music, dancing, magician, comedian, fashion models. If you have any talents that you can put it as in a competition like this virtual competition, please submit your videos. It's a $10 entry fee, and you have to send less than 2 minutes videos. No profanity is allowed, no cussing or anything on the video, because we are family oriented organization. It's the Whalers creation non-profit organization. They foster kids, so we don't want those to be shown on our channel. These are produced and organized by Whalers Creation, social media shows, and His Hop Nation radio station. So we're gonna be looking for all your entries, and there will be one winner every single, no, not winner, because we have three different categories, which is 5 to 13 years old, 14 to 19 years old, and 20 and above. So there are going to be three different winners every single month. The submission of entry is every 25th of every month, and this is live voting, so it's gonna be posted on all our social media accounts, including the Gifts of Talent social media accounts. You can vote out there. There will be a generated one poll service that you can vote for the best talent, and voting will start every 26th of the month up to the end of every single month. And the first, we will be announcing the winners, and after a year there will be 12 on every categories that we will be winners and be invited here in Las Vegas to compete. Those 12 winners on every categories will compete in a venue here in Vegas. We're working on it, and I'm pretty much sure with all these like-minded people, very very energetic and amazing people that I'm working with, we're gonna get this done as soon as our state is open. But anyways, yes, if you guys are talented people and you wanted to view it or show it on your camera, please send it to us. That way, we can actually put it on the competition, and who knows, you're the next discovered talent. And this is not just in the United States, it's all over the world. Go on socialmediashows.com and you'll see all the details of the competition.
That's right. Look for us on socialmedia.com. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pinterest, all those other social avenues out there, Twitter. Look for us, and we appreciate you sharing, liking our shows, and giving us your comments so we can become bigger and better than ever before. Look forward to you joining one of our other shows on the Social Media Shows Network, as well as Maria and Joe Live TV.
We'll see you guys.
All you guys are great.
Thank you, and we'll see you guys again next week.
Bye-bye now.
Good.
Take you